If you're challenged by something, chances are there's lots and lots of other people that have found this modality. They're challenged by the same thing. Really, it's, issues with money, issues with romantic, stuff, and challenges with finding a goal that's specifically intended for you. Hello, Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia and this is TransurfingTV. And today on TransurfingTV, I'm going to talk about something that I absolutely love, that I heard Gary Vee talks about this a lot, but I actually watched a video that was quite extensive on how to become an expert and the value of becoming an expert at something and what this does for your life and your mindset and your reality. I love Gary Vee. He has a ton of amazing insights and grit, and he's totally like rough around the edges, and I very much resonate with his message. But really, this is one of the points that he makes that I do feel is incredibly cool about the life that we are given and the opportunities that we have now, especially with our phones, right? I mean, this is so cool. Back in the day, if somebody wanted to become an expert in something, they had to do a bunch of stuff that we don't really have to do anymore. People would have to travel and network, grassroots networking, in person and all that kind of stuff. And really, you can pitch yourself as an expert when you have gained sufficient knowledge about a topic online, and people are going to be interested, right? This is exactly what I've done. I've become an expert in reality transurfing. Hey, my name's Renee Garcia, and I'm an expert in reality creation or reality transurfing. And this is sort of what I followed, what my video is going to be about today. And a lot of people contact me with, I hear a lot of the same things a lot. If you're challenged by something, chances are there's lots and lots of other people that have found this modality. They're challenged by the same thing. Really, it's, issues with money, issues with romantic, stuff, and challenges with finding a goal that's specifically intended for you. Not a lot of people know exactly what that means when you are, when you don't have that goal, when you don't have that firm intention. And this is definitely something to consider. Become an expert in something. Become an expert in some knowledge, in some field. There's something that you could convey to the world in a position of expertise and use that as your vehicle to creating your own reality. I know a lot of people that are doing this right now, and it is a lot easier, but it does take a little bit of time. So you got to pick something that definitely is a product of heart and mind coordination, right? Before I get into this though, remember to subscribe and like and comment. Join us on Facebook, the International Transurfing Institute Facebook group, and Instagram, reality_transurfing. Also links for the course and the free course down below. Check it out. So yes, Gary Vee, I watched a video on this, and he said, listen, you could become an expert in anything. There are experts for everything. You could become an expert in coffee. You could become an expert in comics. You could become an expert in, he said Cabbage Patch dolls, I think. And he said, you could become an expert in Cabbage Patch dolls and someone somewhere will pay for your expertise, right? And it totally is true. We are living in an era of information. People love to consume information. People love to learn new things. And it's easier to connect with people more so than it ever has. So if you have something that you're an expert in, people are going to want to talk to you. People are going to want to hear you talk. People are going to want to learn what you know, all that kind of stuff. Look at me. This is exactly the case with me, right? I became an expert in this modality. So the first step is asking yourself, if you could talk about one thing the rest of your life with excitement, what would that thing be? So you may already have something that you feel an extreme amount of heart and mind coordination over, but you don't know how to implement that thing into your reality in a way where it actually produces for you, right? So forget about forget about what it's going to produce for you, because it's there. I promise you it's there. There are a ton of avenues and doors and paths that open up once you start to refine your expertise in the knowledge, but you have to figure out what is worth for you personally being an expert in first. So if you do not have something that you feel you could talk about the rest of your life and be excited about, then it's probably time to start switching it up a little, taking some anomalous action, getting yourself outside of your comfort zone. So you may encounter some information that triggers that feeling, right? This is exactly what happened for me. I was in a rut for a long time. I was doing the same thing for a bunch of years. I was living in the same place. I was seeing the same people. I had this well-worn groove that was my life, and I was not encountering any new information or material or topics. And once I decided that I was not living the reality that I wanted to live, and I extracted myself from my environment and started to expose myself to some different things, that's when I found Reality Transurfing, and I felt this thing, right? This excitement that I could talk about this for the rest of my life and never, ever, ever tire of it. So after you have figured out what that thing is for you, set the intention to learn absolutely everything you can about this topic. Like everything. And I put it down here, and it's true, do this for 10 years. This is true, and this is another thing that Gary Vee talks about quite frequently, that we are in an age where there is a real emphasis on like getting rich quick and hustling and doing this thing that's going to produce results fast. Right? And this is where most people try and fail and try and fail and try and fail and just kind of flip-flop between feeling excited about something but wanting it to work for them immediately, not seeing the results that they want immediately, therefore giving up or considering it a failure and turning their back on that goal. So I have seen this a lot with people coming to me with their problems or their challenges. And this is some advice that I definitely will extend to you that I'm following myself. I just turned 41. When I turned 40, I was actually like thinking about what I want the next 10 years to look like. What do I want my 40s to look like? What do I want to be doing for those years? Where do I want to be when I'm 50? What is my standard of success for myself by the time I reach that next milestone, right? And I understand the value in choosing the topic, choosing the goal, the intention, and then sticking with this for an extended period of time. So making the commitment to stay in that realm is what allows me to continue to learn absolutely everything that I can about this topic. And I don't only mean studying it in a book. I mean actually living it, doing it, becoming a reality transurfer, really using these concepts and these tools to create my own reality, so I am in fact an expert on it. I'm not just blowing hot air, right? And I won't get into it too much, but I do feel like a lot of people in the world of self-development are definitely about just trying to pitch the concepts, right? Oh, I want to be an influencer, and I want to be, a coach and all this. But a lot of these people I see aren't actually living this stuff to the extent that they are 100% an expert, not only in their knowledge, but in the practical application of it. So actually allowing yourself the time to immerse into whatever topic you've chosen and become that expert, right? It's more than just being able to spout off some knowledge. It's about really embodying that role. So again, set the intention to learn absolutely everything that you can about this topic. Might mean going back to school, might mean, taking a course yourself, doing something, really expanding on your knowledge and studying whatever you can about that topic until you're blue in the face, really. Until you're blue in the face. So this is the third step, find ways to share your knowledge, connect with others wanting to learn more, and insert yourself as the authority. This is a lot easier than, again, in the past, in my opinion, we have access to doing this quite easily now. In the past, it was not so easy. So now you can get an Instagram account going, you can set up a website, you can start holding free Zoom conferences, just talking about this stuff. And it's like, you're on your bike with your training wheels, learning to get that information out into the world in whatever little ways that you can right now, with the ultimate objective being that you will be an expert down the line in those future frames. So finding ways to share your knowledge, this could simply just be networking, right? Networking, talking to others, connecting with others, again, wanting to learn more, and really just assuming that role that something other people might be interested in as well. Believe in this role. So this is really a big one. If someone would have told me, that they could have looked into a crystal ball and been like, hey, Renee, you're going to become an expert in this thing called reality transurfing, a, reality creation modality. Before I encountered this knowledge, I probably would have been a little bit confused. I wasn't quite in the mindset yet where I was able to accept my ability, my power, my ability to create, right? But once I accessed this knowledge, especially Tufty really kicked it off for me. And I could very clearly see that so much of my success was going to come from me truly believing in my role and not being fearful or shying away from or having anxiety about the different things that I would have to do to step into that role, right? This is really a two-step process that happens simultaneously. You believe in your role, and that belief in your role helps to facilitate the actions that you're going to have to take, and the actions you are going to take are going to help you feel more resoluteness in that role, right? So they sort of help each other, but without believing in the role and believing in your ability to become an expert in something, or believing in your ability to refine a trade or a skill to the extent that it becomes your livelihood or your ultimate goal for your life, you know, you're not going to get too far. This is really where the rubber meets the road. So again, do this for 10 years. Gary Vee talks about this a lot. The people that are wanting that instant gratification and how they're on a constant cycle of try, fail, try, fail, try, fail, try, fail, try, lose, try, give up. So being able to say, getting back to my original statement here, if you could talk about one thing for the rest of your life with excitement, what would that thing be? Being able to say, you know what, I could do this for the next 10 years. I fucking love this, right? I love this and I could do this. I can very, very easily see myself doing this for the next 10 years. Without that heart and mind coordination, your fuel is going to run out quickly. Heart and mind coordination is key because it will give you, I'm 6 years into this now, right? I've been doing this for 6 years, and every single day I have the same amount of energy, and I've got momentum building exponentially, and I'm feeling more and more and more the this push from behind towards me becoming an absolute expert in reality creation. So it's my commitment, though, that is allowing me the opportunity to experience this version of reality. If I wanted to do this in a single year, and after a year I said, oh, you know, if this isn't working, I think that I'm going to give up, there's nothing there. I wouldn't be here right now, right? So lastly, enjoy your success. This is really where the fruit of reality creation, creating your own reality, is abundant and feels as though like this is awesome. Like, I'm so glad this happened to me. I'm so glad that I made that commitment. I'm so glad that I got off my ass and started doing something that I really feel passionate about, and that I, you know, makes me feel as though I have a sense of purpose and meaning and all that good stuff that, in my opinion, is happiness. So enjoying my success with this, the beautiful comments I see from you guys, the amazing camaraderie and community on the Facebook group, the emails, the loving emails that I get, the people that take my course saying that it's changed their life, all that kind of stuff is my success. And I continue to extract as much out of that external presentation of success, because this helps me to really substantiate this role and feel as though I'm doing it, like I'm actually doing it. I am transurfing myself to a version of reality where I am an expert and I am an authority on a subject, and I am doing well by this subject, and I'm gaining visibility, notoriety, all that good stuff. I'm actually doing it, but there's a lot of, you know, mirror work going on here, that I am doing all the things that I need to do personally in my self-development to feel success, and then really relish that success and keep that frequency of success going internally. So I'm continuing to shoot out that frequency and affect my mirror in a positive way that shows me the reflection back that yes, I am a success. I am doing this. I am an expert in this thing. So I know this is really for people that, you know, are more advanced into transurfing and really ready to, or maybe not, maybe you're just happening upon this modality now, and you want to go all the way with it, right? Maybe you're ready for a change. Maybe your life's opened up because of some, energy shifting around. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe you don't know what your direction is going to be. But if this resonates with you, and if this seems like something that you would feel content with and would make you happy, let me tell you, just on a personal level, you can absolutely do this. You can become an expert in something. You can become an authority in something. People will pay you for your knowledge. People will respect you for your data bank of knowledge if you continue to evolve that data bank of knowledge. And you've got this. And if you want to do this, reality transurfing in of itself is the absolute best way to do this. This and Tufty. So if you haven't read this one yet, I definitely recommend this for doing something like this. So let me know your thoughts on this video, everybody. Do you want to become an expert in something? What do you want to become an expert in? Leave it in the comments below. That'll be quite a fun comment thread. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. Join us on Facebook, and thank you so much for watching my video. Bye, guys.